Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, today is June 8th. I'm just setting all this stuff up right here. And then we should be good to go. So I'll check the news shortly. I didn't really check it before coming on, but I don't think there's really much going on today. So let's see. All right, while that's getting set up, let me send this link out to premium members for the Zoom. All right, link looks good there. Get this set up over here. All right, so I'll let people show up right now. All right, looks like a room is being set up. Fine, let me just send this link out to you guys here for everyone else. All right. Send out to you guys here. Sending out the proper link. All right, so yeah, these links are being sent out right now. And I'll give it a few minutes for people to enter into the room. So let me just pin that real quick. All right, cool. So it looks like we're good to go, guys. Links all sent out. I was in this bio over here. I have it marked up right here for the snipe entry. Unfortunately, I pulled out before market open. I should have just held on to it. I pulled out. I only made like, let me see what I made off that. I made like, let's see, because I moved my stop loss and profit. I made about 600 bucks off that trade. I actually exited right here. So I got into that trade right there. As soon as price moved up, I moved my stop loss in profit. Somewhere around this area, and then it came down and it just pulled me out, unfortunately. So actually not even there, it was like down here, it was like 55. Yeah, 34, 655. Put my stop loss right there. Unfortunately, it came up and it came down, stopped me out, and then it shot all the way up. I just moved my stop loss in profit because market's going to open in about 28 minutes. So I just didn't want to risk it. I wish I didn't move my stop loss so early, because I would have been pretty far in profit right now. And this is just using the snipe entry off this red candle right here. So basically we had a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure. The most recent signal was a bullish momentum signal right there. So it provided for a snipe entry right here. And that's why I took this trade over here for a small win. Unfortunately, I got pulled out early. I only made about 600 bucks off here. If I held on a little longer, it probably wouldn't have been up to double that, so about 1200, but it's all good. You know, we just have a bias here for a bullish move anyway, so this is probably going to skyrocket before open, or on open it'll just spike up, hit its GP, and then you know, we'll go from there with the breakout entry. Because right here, looking at this on the 3-minute, 1 minute, and 10-minute, it's all bullish, right? It's bullish because the price is above the pivots, the trend meter is green. Same here on the 3-minute, prices above the pivots, trend meters green. Most recent signal is a bullish momentum signal right there. And then lastly here on the 1 minute as well, it's the same. So other than that, I think everything here looks pretty solid for the most part for a bullish, possibly a bullish breakout on open. Looking here at the Dow 30, the futures market is slightly in the bullish side. It's only up 2 points, but we'll see how everything moves when the market actually opens. We have about 17 minutes, actually not 28 minutes. It was 18 minutes now, 16 minutes until market open. So in about 16 minutes, we'll see where price goes. I think it's going to be bullish. That's my guess. But we'll have to wait and see if the if the fundamental side matches with it. So let me just get this open over here. And I think we should be good to go. Hey, morning, Roman. Morning, Peter. Morning, A. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Dak. Good morning, everybody. So hopefully you guys had a great trading week to kick off the June 2 trading week. I didn't really take much trades yesterday. I was busy with personal things, but looking at everyone's profits from yesterday, it looks like a lot of you guys did pretty well. So just looking, you can see the timestamp here, June 7th from yesterday. So Stanley over here, he made about 1,949. His other account, 1,800. Javier made 3,293. On his account, he was trading all wins off US 30. Sisuk, he was trading US 30 as well, made 564. Mark over here, 616. New levels over here made 390. Patricia over here, she locked in 1,947. She's being a little careful because yesterday was a little bit risky. Javier on his other account, he locked in 4,966. All wins, right? This is all for the day yesterday. So he had straight wins yesterday off US 30, applying the same strategies that we apply here. So if you guys want to learn this strategy to have the same results, because I didn't trade yesterday, but the people who did trade, all wins, right? If you guys want to learn the strategy, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and then you'll have access to the K2 indicators to apply this on your own. And this isn't me, this is Javier. He's one of our members here. Straight wins on his end. Same with Doug over here. He had a win off US 30. Rick over here as well. He had a couple losses, but overall he made 1,594 for the month. Let's see, Goldie over here. He was trading these 3-minute entries here off 3-minute US 30. He hit some TPs off that too. Rick as well over here. And obviously you can see here, straight wins for Javier all day. So he posts his updates as he makes each win. Same with Mark over here. He had a couple wins with US 30. Tariq over here, straight wins for the most part, just one loss there, but for the most part, straight wins. And these are all from yesterday. Jeff made about 600. Roland made about 1,024. Steven made about 2,180. Straight wins right there. US 30, EU, gold. Doesn't matter what you guys want to trade. You guys can trade anything with these strategies here. It's not just US 30. But obviously it works really well with US 30. So just showing you guys here, straight wins by Tariq on his other account, or I don't know if this is the same account, but he made 391 for the day. And then Cheryl over here, obviously you guys are familiar with Cheryl. She made about 2,803 straight wins over here off UK 100 because she traded London session. So she traded UK 100 and the DAX 30 over here. So, just a reminder, if you guys want to learn this, it's available to you. If you don't, that's fine. I'm just letting you guys know that it's available to you. But if you guys don't want to learn it, that's completely fine too. So let's see. Other than that, let's see. Kenny said, how do you get the price of the Dow show up on CNBC? Kenny, there's different ways to find it. I mean, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the daily, like this is going to be the daily. This is from yesterday. So this hasn't updated yet. I wouldn't follow this here. This is the future data. So depending on what you're looking for, if you go on CNBC, you just go to the main website, cnbc.com. And then right here, you can click on this to get the futures data. I mean, it depends on when you click on it, because right now it's pre-market. So this is future data. If you want to get the actual, this Dow Jones chart, you just gotta, what I do is I just Google it. So I go on Google and then I type in CNBC US 30, or I type in Dow 30 index. So, I mean, there's different ways to get it. I don't know exactly where on the website to find it, but I just go on Google, I type in CNBC Dow 30 index, and then you see the Dow 30 CNBC here. I click on that, and then this comes up. This is a list of the actual index. And then if you go to, and then if you just click on it somewhere over here, I forgot where I get the daily one from, or if you just click on it there's different ways to get it. If you click on this here, and then if you go to the futures data, and then you go down to, I'm trying to figure out right. Oh, actually, you have to wait for it to open. So when the market opens over here, Kenny, like right now it's pre-market, but when it opens, when you click on this here, it'll go to the daily one, because this is the daily here. It hasn't updated. So if you click on it here, it's not going to go to the daily one yet, because I just leave it open and I refresh it when the market opens. So if you wait until 6:30 my time, when market actually opens, it'll bring you to this page right here. But if you go after hours, you'll get the futures data right here. This is pre-market and after hours. So if you click on it right now, you'll get the futures chart right here. If you click on it when the market's actually open, then you'll, or actually you can just click on this right here. Okay, so if you click on this here, Kenny, you'll get access to the daily one, but it hasn't updated yet. So don't look at that at this time. If you click on pre-market, you'll get the futures data right there. So it'll just show you where market's going, pre-market, obviously, or after market if you click on it when market's closed. That's weird. Kenny said when I pull up CNBC, it doesn't show up. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can send a screenshot, Kenny, because it shows up on mine. I just go on the website, cnbc.com, and it's already there. So I'm not sure why yours doesn't show up. It should be there because it's just default. You know, it always has a ticker up there. So I don't know if it's your computer. Maybe your computer isn't showing like these little plugins right here, because maybe you need to download a plugin for like, I don't know what it's called. I forgot the name for the plugins. I think it's like Java or something like that. If you don't have the plugins, that's probably why it's not showing up, but it's automatically there. Unless your computer's not updated, you just don't have all the plugins to show, you know, these little embedded things on your screen. But it's always been there for me. I never had to do anything to pull this up. All right, anyways, going back to US 30 over here, it's still pretty bullish, like I mentioned over here. This is a snipe entry that I mentioned earlier. I actually was in this trade, but I moved my stop loss too close and I got pulled out. I only made about $600 off this trade, which it's not bad, you know, profit's profit. But it's still, you know, this is going to be confirming the bullish bias on the technical side. So for US 30 over here, the technical side shows a bullish bias right here on the 10-minute because price is above the pivots, trend mirror is green, momentum signals green over here. Same on the 3-minute. Price is above the pivots, trend meter is green. The most recent signal was a momentum up signal right here. And then lastly, on the 1-minute, it's not too important on the 1-minute, but we're still going to look at it anyways. So the technical bias is bullish. We just need to confirm on the fundamental side that it's bullish as well before we enter this, you know, this trade here for our breakout entry. So if you guys aren't familiar with the breakout entry, I'd recommend you guys go back and watch all of my live trading sessions for the past, I guess, year or so. Or if you just want to see the breakout entries, maybe like the past 2 or 3 months, just to see what we're doing here. If you guys are familiar with it, you guys already know what we're looking for. We're just waiting for a confirmation of a bullish bias on the technical side, which we already have. And then also a matching bias from the fundamental side. Market opens in about 9 minutes. Once we have that open, we can confirm the technical side once the actual stock market opens so that we can see where the Dow 30 is going to be moving. Hey, Smokes, morning. Morning, Robbie. Morning, everybody. Nice. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Lamar. Miles is asking, where do you go to see the overall percentage of US 30 on CNBC? You just go on the website. I was just explaining right now, Miles. You go on the website, cnbc.com, and the futures data is right here. It's going to show you what the futures data is. So the futures would be the overall because it's for the month. Obviously, you can see right here, these are the June contracts. It'll show you what the futures data is right there. If you want to see the stocks right here, you'll have to pull up the Dow 30 chart. If you want to pull up the daily, you can click on US right here, and then it'll pull you to the daily chart right here. But this hasn't updated. You can see the last time it was updated was yesterday, right? It's going to update again when the market opens in about 7 minutes. So yeah, depending on what you're looking for, Miles, that's where you would find it on the CNBC website. Gosh, okay, so Kenny does see it now. All right, perfect. So you're good to go, Kenny. So all you guys are good to go. We're all good to go here. We're just waiting for the market to open. We still have that bullish bias right here, like I mentioned. Nothing's really changed. We just need to see that confirmation on the fundamental side. So once we get that confirmation on the fundamental side, we can possibly look for for a buy here off the breakout. But we'll see. There really isn't a guarantee it's going to go in that direction. Robbie said hi, buying GU is right. I'm not sure, Robbie. We'll have to, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I'll see if I can just analyze it for you shortly. Let's see. It looks like a sell to me. I'm not sure why you took a buy for GU, Robbie. So for my analysis right here, I mean, it's not really it's not a good buy or a sell, because obviously if you take everything off, it's just consolidating, it's just ranging. There really isn't a direction that's been set yet. Our bias here is, I mean, obviously it's a buy because we have a buy signal here, but it's just ranging between these two zones. If I delete this right here, it's just ranging. So there's not really a confirmation there. I wouldn't take a buy until it breaks above here, because that would be a confirmation of a bullish move. There's really no confirmation here for a buy or a sell. Obviously the buy is to be a buy because the most recent signal right here is for a bullish momentum swing up. But you know, if you take a buy here, it's probably just going to bounce off. It'll come up, bounce back down, bounce back up. It's just going to keep bouncing around this area until it breaks above this area over here. So I wouldn't necessarily just buy. If you have an analysis, Robbie, we can probably look at it, but I don't see any buys here per se. And looking at the short-term trend, it's in a downtrend right now because it's below the pivots. Pivots are starting to angle downward, so this might just drop from this point. If you have an analysis that you have and you want to send it over like a chart, Robbie, I can look at it and see what, because I'm trying to figure out what made you buy here. You probably saw that it was at a support here, but you probably didn't realize that it's just ranging. So this is probably what you thought. You probably thought, oh, it's a double bottom and it has to go up, right? But I don't know if you realize that it's just ranging. So it doesn't necessarily have to go up, because the thing with this right here is that it's just ranging. This could easily just shift downwards and continue farther. So if you have an analysis that you want to share, once we're done with US 30, I can probably look at it. But just for my analysis here, the trend meter is blue. So this is indicating indecisiveness. It's just consolidating right now. So it's not really a good time to enter a buy, because there's just no confirmation showing that it's going to go up, right? It can go up. Like, don't get me wrong, it can go up. But looking at it here, it doesn't look like it's necessarily strong for a buy or for a sell. And then let's go over here to the actual indexes. Looking at the BXY, which is the pound index, it's bearish right now, right? And the dollar index is bearish as well. So if these are both bearish, one's not stronger than the other. So what's going to happen with GU? It's just going to go sideways because there's no currency that's stronger than the other. So if they're both going down, you're probably not going to see any movement, and it's probably not going to go up or down. But you know, this is the worst time for you to enter a trade. If you enter a trade when it's consolidating, if you're in for a buy, price can do one of two things. It can spike up or it can spike down once one of the currencies have moved, right? So say if this like spikes up, right? Which can happen. Who knows? This can spike up and this spikes down. If that happens, you're screwed, because this is going to go straight down. And you can see right there, we have a bearish momentum signal developing right now. So in the next 3 hours, if this closes with a bearish momentum signal, the bias has changed. It's not going to be a bullish bias anymore. It's going to be a bearish bias. So that's why I wouldn't just enter a trade just because. Like, you would have to have some sort of analysis and have some sort of thought process why you enter that buy. I can see that your analysis is probably here for a double bottom, but I don't think that's enough for you to really want to enter this trade. So yeah, Robbie, I personally don't think it's a good buy right now. Oh, dang. So yeah, Robbie said I don't have. So Robbie, you don't have a analysis. Yeah, in the future, I would recommend you actually have an analysis before you enter a trade. Don't just enter because you think it's going to go up, because obviously, you know, I analyze this in so many different ways right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to go up. And right now it looks like it's actually going to go down. So in the future, I'd recommend that you actually analyze it before you enter a trade. And you know, there's a ton of different ways to analyze it. If you watch any of my live sessions, Robbie, I analyze everything in a lot of different ways. I have a lot of different confluences that I use. So I mean, if you just learn the way that I trade, you should be perfectly fine. But all right, US 30 is going to open in about 2 minutes. So guys, I'm done answering questions right now. I'll try to answer some more questions later, but let me just focus on US 30 right now so that we can hop into these trades. So looking here on the technical side, it's still bullish. The 10-minute is bullish right here. The 3 minutes bullish, the 1 minute's bullish, everything's bullish. So technical side, we're looking for a buy. Fundamental side, we're waiting for that confirmation for a buy. Once we get that confirmation, we can enter the buy and just ride that up. So we'll see where it goes from this point. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So Robbie said I saw another channel saying it will rise. Yeah, that's no problem, Robbie. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way to analyze things. Bobby, I think what they saw was just what I said here. They probably identified a double bottom, but they didn't really analyze it from, all angles. You have to analyze it from all angles, analyze it from both ways. That's a problem with like some traders. They're like one-sided. They only see things one way, and that can be fatal because the trade doesn't always run as smoothly as a lot of people anticipate. And if you guys are only using one type of analysis, you're probably not going to be 100% confident about your move. So looking at this snipe entry right here, it's playing out exactly like I mentioned earlier, right? So I marked this up. I said this was a snipe entry. We had a rejection off the pivot and structure, and then it shot up. Market's going to open right here. So this can spike up or it can spike down. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but we'll see when market opens. So we got about 12 seconds left. We'll just see where this goes right here. I'll just mark this up in case it does spike up. We'll just follow it to see, where it goes from this point. Market is now open. Technicals are still bullish. Looking at the fundamental side, let me just refresh this. It's pretty even right now. It's not really one-sided. Let me update this right here. We're sort of bullish right now. It's up 6 points. It's not really up that much. It's not like a huge difference. We have to wait for the market to actually push a little further before we can follow through with that. But I'm just marking this up because this is what we marked up earlier. If you guys are in this trade, you should have pulled out already at that point. It hit TP2 around this area right here. Right, it's around TP2. So if you guys are in this snipe entry, you guys should have exited in profit because it's going to be risky right now as the market just opened. I mean, it can spike up or it can spike down. So you can see right there, it's starting to bounce around. This is why we don't enter trades yet. And this is why I exited out of this trade in profit already. So I'm already out of this trade in profit earlier. I got out for small profit because I put my stop loss a little too close. But everything still looks pretty bullish to me. So it's bullish over here. We just need the confirmation on the fundamental side. Like I'm not going to enter this trade until I have confirmation that it's going to be bullish. It's only up 3 points. It's not really up. And it's bouncing back and forth between the it's just bouncing back and forth, right? It's not really one-sided yet. So you can see right here, it's just around the break-even area. It's just bouncing red and green. Once it goes above 100 points or below 100 points, that's probably where you'll have the strong bias. But right now, there is no strong bias. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth within this area. So just looking at this over here, this is still technically currently running. It already passed TP1 right here, which would be halfway, 50% profit. So I'm not in the trade. I'm already out in profit. I was out in profit way before market open. But we'll see where it goes from here. So we're just going to follow it. We're not really going to enter any trades until we have a bias here. There's still no bias. We have, market just open right now. It's barely been moving. Let's check the news real quick. Looks like there's not really much news this morning. There's trade balance at 5:30, 7 o'clock. There's the JOLTS job openings. This isn't really going to affect the market too much, so I'm not too worried about it. So not really much here. Let's see this real quick. S&P 500 inches above higher benchmark. All right, so the S&P is looking to hit all-time high, which is fine. That's going to flow to US 30 as well. So if you guys want to follow this, you can, but we're not in this trade. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are looking at this right here, we're not in this trade. We actually got out of this already. I got out of this like almost an hour ago before we got on the session. So we're just following it. We're not necessarily in this trade because we don't hold trades when market opens. So looking at this here, it's starting to drop at this point. It's down 36 points. It's not really down that much as it normally is. But we do have a sell bias right now. A sell bias on the fundamental side. It's not a strong sell bias, but it is a sell bias because the red stocks are outweighing the green stocks right now. That's what I mean about the bias from the fundamental side, guys, because if you guys are familiar with, fundamentals, the Dow 30 index right here, this is what moves US 30. So depending on where the stocks are moving, that's going to push US 30 in one direction or the other. Right now, obviously, it's more red than green. So the bias is somewhat into a sell, but it's not a very strong sell because it's only down about 25 points. it's just going back and forth between positive 20, negative 20. And then it just bounces back. Once it goes negative 100 or negative 200 points, that's where it's a very strong bias in one direction. So you can see the big wicks right here. This is why you don't want to enter trades like right on open unless there's a confirmation on both sides, because the technical side is still bullish. The fundamental side is uncertain right now because it's just bouncing back and forth. So it's only negative 18 points. You can see it went from negative 30 to now negative 18. It's just bouncing back and forth. There's no real direction that's been set for US 30 yet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up all my alerts. Let's turn them all on right here, so that we can follow through with whatever momentum swings that we identify in the market. One thing I'm going to look out for too is going to be the daily entry. So that's one thing that a lot of people have been asking me about. It's one of our original strategies for US 30. If I see a daily entry here, then yeah, I'll mark it up and then we'll follow through with it. Right now, currently looks like the daily entry may be a sell, but we're just, until that closes, we're not going to have that confirmed yet. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. All right, we're still falling right here. So we got about 4 minutes left on this 10-minute candle. If this 10-minute candle closes with the sell signal, then this would actually, no, this wouldn't. Okay. This wouldn't qualify as a daily entry because it would have to be the one following it. So this wouldn't be the daily entry here, even if it closes with the sell. So that's fine. We'll follow through with that. Going back to the fundamental side, let's see where it's at over here. So yeah, the sells are outweighing the buys right now. It looks like Goldman Sachs is down 3 points. Caterpillar is down 2 points. Amex is down about 2 points as well. So all of these right here outweigh the green stocks over here, but not by very much. You can see right here, it's only down 30 points. Like I mentioned, we're going to wait for it to confirm the bias before we start scalping in that direction. So just keep your eye out, guys. Don't hop into trades just yet, because there just isn't a confirmation of that just yet. So this is why we exit the trade before market open, right? The thing, like I mentioned, right here it was bullish, and as soon as market opens, this can spike up or it can spike down. And this is exactly what's happening, right? It's spiking down. So this doesn't mean it's necessarily going to keep pushing this direction. It can easily just recover back up once the fundamental side has chosen a direction. So now it's negative 40 points. It's still trying to fight its direction, right? We're only in this market for 7 minutes right now. Market hasn't been open that much, and there hasn't been any news this morning. So this doesn't necessarily need to keep pushing down. It can easily just shift back up within the next hour or so, especially because there's no news. We shouldn't see too much manipulation this morning. We should see a bit of a smoother move either up or to the downside. So, well, I'm just going to take this off because this is like bothering me that I have this marked up right here. Because we're trying to find the bias right now. And the thing is, if I have that on the chart, it's going to give me it's going to make me look at things kind of differently. So anyways, looking at this on the 10-minute, you can see the big wick off this point. It might just wick off this area, which is perfectly fine. But I just want to make sure that everything's cleaned up here. So on the shorter time frames, the 3-minute, it's now shifted below the pivots. The trend meter is now neutral. It's not bullish anymore. On the 1-minute, same situation here, right? It shifted from a bullish momentum to a now bearish momentum, but it doesn't necessarily have to wait in that direction. What I would use as a leading time frame would be the 10-minute for scalps, because the 3-minute and 1-minute will follow through with the 10-minute. So we'll just wait and see where this moves from here. We have about 1 minute left on this candle, and I'm going to keep following the indexes over here to see where this is going. So now it's down 40 points. Our sweet spot here is going to be negative 100. Once it goes to negative 100, then our bias will be shifting to that direction for the fundamental side. And then if this is a sell bias on the fundamental side, and it's also a sell bias here on the technical side, then obviously we'll just start scalping in that direction. Nice. Peter said IG is 54% short. So let's see where the retail traders are trading right now. Yeah, Peter just confirmed that retail traders are 50% short right now, which is down the middle. Usually we want it to be about 60% short or long, because if that's the case, then we'll just trade in the opposite direction, because we don't want to trade where all the retail traders are trading, right? We want to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, because retail traders usually get, squeezed out of the market. We're not trying to be one of those retail traders. We want to trade in the direction of the institutions and the bigger players. So we'll see where this goes. This might just be a trap. This might be a trap for retail traders, because they're 54% short. They might just be looking to lure in more sellers. And then as soon as there's enough sellers in there, like it might just drop a little lower and lower. And then once there's enough sellers in there, it'll just spike all the way up to stop all those people out. Because, like the institutions and banks aren't going to make money if there's only like a few retail traders on like one side. They need to get a lot of people on one side so that they can spike price the other direction and pretty much stop all those people out to make money off them. So let's see where this is going. Let's go back over here. Okay, so now we're at negative 56 points. This is fine. We're just waiting for that sweet spot. We're waiting for it to get to negative 100. Once it gets to negative 100, we'll just start scalping in that direction. All right, cool. So looking at this here, we had a sell signal at 6:30. Looks like the daily entry is now going to be a buy. So as you can see right here, if you guys are familiar with here, I'll just put the requirements here since we're not really looking for any specific trades right now. So this is going to be the K² daily US 30 entry. This doesn't work as much anymore because we're in a scalping market. Last year, we were in an intraday market or swing market. So it was easy for us to take these bigger moves, but I'll just show you here. So look for entries after New York Stock Exchange open, which is going to be 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. 2, identify first valid K2 momentum signal, and then after that, enter on the open of the following candle. So this is the daily entry that we used to apply a lot last year when the market was more of an intraday swing market. And I'll just show you right here how this works. It's a really simple strategy. It still works. It's just it's going to be a lot harder to catch like the full move because the market just doesn't move that much anymore. So we look for entries after, or look for the entry. There's only one entry to daily entry after New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm going to mark that up right here. This is 6:30 right here, right? This blue line. So first you want to identify, like after you've identified the market's open, you want to identify the first valid K2 momentum signal right here. We have a valid sell signal. So what you would do is you would enter a long position right here, and then you would shoot for 1,500 pips, 1,500 pips, which is 150 points. So this is it. This is the strategy here for the daily entry. If you were to take this right here and let it run, you can see right there, full TP, right? So this is kind of what we're looking at here now. So this is yesterday's entry. Now today's entry is right here. So I'm going to put this marker at 6:30. We already have a sell momentum right there, right? So the next momentum signal is going to be a buy. So what we'd be looking for is a buy signal to catch that on its way upwards, right? Which can happen at any point. So looking at this here, let's see, we only want to look for entries up until about 10 a.m. So this buy entry is going to have to come within here and here. So if we get a buy signal or a buy momentum signal from here to this point, that's where we would take it. We would just hop in from there, and then we would ride it up in the other direction. So this is the daily entry. There's different strategies that we apply. That's a daily entry. The other entry over here would be, we just have this set up for any possible entries off the bias for scalping. So we use these for scalps. This is a 10-minute scalp chart. This is a 3-minute scalp chart. This is a 1-minute scalp chart. And then this would be the daily chart right here. So this over here, this is pretty much what we're looking at from this point. So you can see right here that this is starting to reject off this structure right here. And we'll just see where it goes from that point. Going back to the fundamental side, you can see it's now at negative 60. If you guys remember, our sweet spot is negative 100. So once it gets to negative 100, we'll start taking some scalps in that direction. And then we'll just, we'll trade in that area. But right now, we just don't have that confirmation yet. Even here on the scalp side, we don't have a confirmation because we would need some sort of retracement, right? We would need this to retrace up, which is fine. We'll get an opposite signal to the buy side. And then if we get a sell signal right after, we can take that down for a sell even further. So I have my alert set up. So when I get that, I'll be able to hop into that trade there. But that's pretty much what we'll be waiting for. Let's see. Dalton said NAS is up. So it's weird that US 30 is down. Dalton, that's not really weird because they're two different indexes. The US 30 has the top 30 US stocks. The NASDAQ has the top 100 tech stocks. The tech stocks and the ND stocks aren't the same. So they can move opposite of each other. They usually do move opposite of each other. So just looking at this here, let me just refresh the CNBC page. The thing that's weird here is that the S&P is up. So the Dow Jones is down, S&P is up. These usually mirror each other. NASDAQ doesn't mirror the S&P or the Dow Jones because these are normal overall general stocks, and the NASDAQ is only tech stocks. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at them both, because they generally don't move in the same direction. Here, let me just pull them up for you here. So let me just pull up the US 30 right here, and I'll pull up the NASDAQ. Okay, so looking on the 1 hour chart right here, you can see that they don't mirror each other, right? They kind of go their own ways. Like right here, NASDAQ was just consolidating and then it was in a downtrend. Here for US 30, it was in an uptrend that whole entire time. So if I scroll up even farther, you can see right here that there's a lot of consolidation within this area. Let me see if I can just mark it up. There's a lot of consolidation within this area, but for US 30, it's just a bullish move, right? It's a bullish move, bearish move, and then back to a bullish move right here. So you guys can see here that they don't really move the same. US 30 and NASDAQ actually move kind of, I mean, NASDAQ does its own thing because they're tech stocks. So if you guys are familiar with like the tech stocks during COVID, they were all bullish, right? While US 30 was bearish. If you match this with S&P, these are the ones that mirror. So looking at S&P and US 30, these right here do mirror. So you can see that they're very similar. But NASDAQ is totally different because they're different types of stocks. So just keep that in mind, Dalton, if you're looking at the two. That's why I don't trade both of them. I just trade one. I trade US 30 because if you mix US 30 with NASDAQ, you might get confused because you might think that they're supposed to move in the same direction, but most of the time they move opposite, especially on a short time frame. So like the thing is, if you're looking at NASDAQ right here, so let's put it on the 10-minute, right? So here's the 10-minute here, and then you look at US 30 on the 10-minute, see how they're moving opposite? Because they're totally different stuff. They're not anywhere near at all, right? Because if you look at the index right here, so you can see names here. There's only like a few tech stocks here. There's like, here, let me just go down the list. There's Apple, that's one tech stock, and there's Intel, and that's about it. There's only two tech stocks here, and Microsoft. So there's about 3 tech stocks here in US 30. Maybe Verizon. I don't know if Verizon's a tech stock under the NASDAQ, but there's only about 3 or 4 techs here. You know, you compare 3 tech stocks with 100 tech stocks, it's going to be a huge difference here because these are all tech stocks right here in NASDAQ. So just keep in mind, Dalton, I know you might have been confused by that, but they usually don't move in the same direction. All right. So going back to the charts over here, see how it's spiking back up right here for US 30. That's why you don't hop in right away. You kind of wait for that confirmation because even though we did get a momentum sell signal right here, if we get a momentum buy signal, it's probably going to shift upwards. So just keep that in mind. And looking at the index here, now it's at negative 32, right? That's why we wait until it gets to negative 100, because if you're looking at negative, if you're trying to go before it gets to negative 100, it's probably going to reverse back up or correct back to where we thought it was going to go originally. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Falcon said, Shawn, I was wondering why you don't do funding talent aggressive account as they give. It takes a long time to get a funded account on funding talent, Falcon. I've been on FTMO since last year, so there's really no reason for me to leave. I am looking at other funding companies to get, a better split, but from what I heard from funding talent, it's not as good as you might think. I mean, unless you're actually doing it, Falcon, and you have like personal experience that it really works really well, I'm not really going to make the move, right? Unless someone has has like actually done it. Because the thing is, I've been with FTMO for so long, there's really no reason for me to leave. They've been on point with everything. You know, they're quick to respond with support and stuff, and they've been around the longest. So I'd rather stick with a company that I know is going to stick around long term. And Funding Talent's only been around for like a couple of years now, or maybe not even a couple of years, maybe like 1 year, maybe a little longer than 1 year. So you know, I don't want to jump from FTMO to like a brand new company, and then it's just, you know, it's different that way, because Funding Talent uses different brokers as well. I like the broker that FTMO uses. They use LMAX, which is an institutional broker. So they have really good spreads, and they have, I mean, their commissions are fine. Funding Talent uses a lot of like scammy brokers. Like they use COT. Like I don't like COT. And I don't know what other brokers they use as well, but you know, it just depends on what you're looking for. You know, a lot of people have had issues with Funding Talent this past month with their data feeds, and that's been, you know, it's just been an issue. Like there's pros and cons to both of them. Sometimes having that extra percentage split is not going to be better than having a more stable company to work with. So that's why I stick with Funding Talent. I mean, with FTMO. But not to bash it, Funding Talent. Like if they work, that's completely fine. Because I know Kyle uses them. Oh, Kyle's right here. So Kyle said I use both FTMO. I use both, and FTMO is way better than Funding Talent. Yeah, I mean, you guys should use whatever works for you. I don't knock any of the funding companies. I've been with FTMO since like last June, I think, or last May. So I've been with them for almost a little over a year now, and I had no problems with them. So that's why I stick with them for the time being. But if I find something better, you know, there's always going to be something better. So if I do find something better, I'll switch over. But right now I don't. Kyle said, my psychology is better using Funding Talent though. Yeah, I think Kyle was telling me that like Funding Talent, you don't have a daily loss limit. So that might be good. But the thing with me is I'm a very careful trader anyway. So it doesn't really apply to me. I never hit my daily loss limit. I'll get close to it, but I won't get to like my daily loss limit, like the actual thing to lose the account. So if you have bad risk management and you're not really good with managing your trades, then Funding Talent might be it might be a better option for you. But if you're already pretty, my bad, there's like a freaking bird at my, oh fuck, back. My bad, guys. There's like a bird that's trying to get into my office. I had to close the door. There's like a lot of birds here now. All right, I'm back. All right, so anyways, looking at US 30 over here, guys. Let me just go back over here. There isn't a bias yet, so we're still at negative 57 points, which is okay, but we want to be at negative 100 points before we start taking, you know, scalps in that direction. So let me see if I could find anything over here. So this would be a 1 minute scalp here. I don't know if anyone wants to take this. This might be a risky trade, but I'm just going to mark it up. I'm not going to take it myself because the bias still isn't there yet. But let me check this out real quick. All right, it's at negative 57. So I'll mark this up for you guys here if you guys want to take it. Actually, I might just hop in for like, no, I'm not going to. So there's no entry there yet. You have to wait for that to close. But it looks like it's starting to come down. So this is fine. If it starts to come down further, that's completely fine. This is what we want. We want it to keep pushing in one direction or the other. There was no signal there, so there's no entry off the 1 minute. You need that sell signal right there before we hop into this right here. Yes, and there was no breakout entry today. His price was, we were looking for a bullish confirmation on the fundamental side, but the bullish confirmation never came. It's negative right now. So it's negative 83, or not anymore. It was other. Wait, did you guys see that? It's weird. When I refresh it, it goes from negative 67, negative 83, and then it goes back to negative 65. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen, but it is, yeah, it's not updating for whatever reason. But we still have a sell bias right now. For the most part, it is at a sell bias. So if I do see a sell here, then we'll probably do this here. All right. Falcon said, let's do a trading desk and set up to your office. It'll be fun for the viewers. Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to watch, I had a camera that was set behind here. If you go on the YouTube channel, you can look on the YouTube live or whatever it is, the reels, and you can see my office. I had a video behind me and it was recording my entire office before. I used to do that for a while, but nobody, I mean, there's people that were watching it, but it wasn't enough people for me to really keep doing it. It was just a hassle. So I stopped doing it. But yeah, no, I'll give you guys a tour at some point. All right, so there's a scalp entry right here. I kind of missed it. I don't know if I want to hop in for a little bit. For this 1 minute, sorry. This is why I get sidetracked a little bit and I miss these trades. But there's a scalp entry right here off the 1 minute. If anyone wants to enter that, it's going to be a risky trade. So if you do enter it, I'll take it. Probably take, if you guys want to enter it, probably use a smaller lot size, or I mean, if you want to take a full lot size, yeah, I hopped in for a full lot size actually. So I'll let it drop, and then once it drops, I'll just pull out. Or let me check. I don't know what lot size I took because I had a preset from yesterday. 1 minute scalp. So I just have that marked up right there. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, I kind of hopped into that a little early, but it's negative 72 points, which is cool. So there's going to be different levels of stop loss right here. And one of the stop loss is going to be here at 30 pips. This will probably be my actual stop loss though. So if you guys are familiar with how I trade, I use a mental stop loss. I don't really use I don't put a stop loss because the pricing difference from TradingView and MT4 is a little different. So sometimes I put it and then it's a little too early. So I generally have a mental stop loss here at 30 pips. This is the actual, like if you're applying the strategy normally, this would be the normal stop loss, but my mental stop loss is up here. So sometimes I'll let it go above that. Like I'll let it go past it, and then I'll just wait for it to come back down. If it does come back down, then I'll hold on to it. If it comes up, then I'll manually close it out over here. Because sometimes the market, the market will be manipulated where it spikes around a lot, and you don't want to get closed out too early. But this is all within my risk. For my account, I can risk up to reach my daily loss. I would have to lose like up to here. So I'm still within my risk. So what I recommend is you guys understand risk, like understand your risk tolerance for your account, depending if it's your personal or your FTMO, because once you identify, you know, exactly what your account is sitting like, then that's where you would be able to set your mental stop loss, right? Because the thing is, I know it's going to come down eventually because the bias right now is a sell bias. You know, the bias here on the technical, on the fundamental side is a sell bias. The bias here on the technical side is also sell bias. So if you guys want to enter this trade, what I recommend is if you're confident, then take, you know, full lot size. If not, then take, there you go, full TP. All right, so I locked in about 1,400 off that trade. You know, easy as that, guys. Full TP off that. Let me get, I think Steven's in here too. Let me see where Steven's asking for the, you guys already know what Steven's asking for. You always ask for this. What was that? Oh, there you go. Sorry, guys. It was the wrong horn. Yeah, Steven always asks for the horn whenever we hit TP so that he can follow along, because I think Steven's working right now. If you guys are familiar with Steven, he's like one of our members here. He's usually working, but he's taking these scalps. So he hops in the scalps when I hop into it. And then he wants me to hit the horn so that he can close his trade out when we hit TP. So full TP off that right there, guys, off the 1 minute scalp. And then, you know, I guess we'll be looking for a sell bias now. So I locked in about, Let me see real quick. I'll just send you guys my profits so that you guys can follow along and see, what I did for the day. So, I mean, I've only locked in a little bit for the day. It's not very much. It's not what we're used to, because I'm taking it a little easy. So I'll just send you guys my profits right now so that you guys can see what it's looking like for, for the day. It's not very much, but it's something. It's something to get me started. So we got that there. Yeah, perfect. And my copier did copy it, so I took them on both. Yeah, right. Go. Here, let me I mean, there's no, I'll screenshot both of them anyways, even though it's not gonna make a difference because they're exactly the same trade. But whatever, I'll just show them to you anyways. So these are just the two trades that I took this morning. That one from the snipe entry that I showed you that it closed out early. So I'll just screenshot both of these right here. All right, so it's shifting up right now, which is fine. I hate when it comes out like that. I'll just leave one there because it's the same profit anyways. It's the same thing off my copier. It just took copy the same trade off the other one. So for mine over here, this is the opening trade that I had. I locked in 560. That was from the snipe entry that I mentioned this morning. So you can see right here, I closed out of it right before market open at 653. And then this trade right now, that the snipe that we just took, I locked in 1,410. So I didn't make a lot of profit today, but it's, it's enough to start off the trading day. So kicking off the trading day, minus off these K² 30 helps. So that's pretty much it right there. I'll give you guys an update as well for this 1 minute scalp. Oh, we also have the other one too. So I'll give this right here an update, and I'll give you guys the update from the snipe entry because I have two trades here. So if you guys are wondering, where I got this other trade from, that's from the other scalp that we took earlier this morning over here. So it was off this one right here, and it was 250. That's why it was a small little profit. So I can just give you guys a little update off that one too right there, just so that you guys can follow along. Because a lot of you guys are going to wonder, like, or not wonder, but a lot of you guys do ask, like, hey, where'd you get that other profit from? And this is from the snipe entry. It was just at TP1, but I exited a little early because market was opening at 630. So I'll just give you guys the update there because I don't have to bother with answering the question later, like, hey, how'd you get that other profit above for a buy? Because I know a lot of people get confused when they see this, because they're going to say, oh, you took a sell, why do you have a buy there? The buy was from this right here. It was a 10-minute scalp. I mean, the snipe entry. So this is the first trade I took, 10-minute snipe. That's where I got the 560. And then the 1,410, that was from this 1 minute scalp right here. So that you guys can follow along and see exactly, what trades I took, how I made that profit. If you guys want to go ahead and take the trades on your own, because you guys can learn these same strategies. I teach these to you guys every day. It's not that difficult. It's, it's just following directions, really. Let's see. Nice. Tariq over here, he locked in a couple of profits too. So Tariq, this is from today. He locked in 931 for today. Nice work, Tariq. And then again, right here, he took that scalp, I guess, that we took. And then he locked in another 30 bucks right there as well. So nice work, Tariq. So you locked in some nice profit off that. Yeah, if you guys have any profits you guys want to share over, send them over. There you go, Rick. Rick as well. He took the buy from the morning. He made some profit off that. And then he also took the sells here. So he took the same trades I called. Nice work, Rick. About 500 bucks for the day. So great work amongst everyone here. If you guys have any other profits you guys want to send over, feel free. I'll add you guys to the list. But we got, yeah, it's starting to shift up. So you guys can see right here, it's starting to shift up because a daily entry, if we do get it, it's going to be a buy because the most recent signal was a sell. So it's probably a good thing we exited that 1 minute because it shifted all the way back up. So looking at this over here, Chartson said, send a video of the office tour in YouTube chat. I mean, I'm not going to send you guys a video right now, obviously, because I'm trading. But if you guys want to look at the video, just go on the Instagram channel. So, I mean, if you guys want to look at the Instagram, it's just instagram.com/K² Trades. And then just go on the live video. You'll see, I used to have a camera that was like right here, like right behind me, over my head. And you could see my screen, my whole setup, and you can see my office as well. If you guys want to. I mean, I'm not going to do it right now because we're trading, but I can send it to you guys later if you guys want it. Or just go on the YouTube, on the Instagram. It's, let me see if I could even pull it up here. Instagram.com/K² Trades. Yeah, okay, so you know, if you go on the I'll show you guys over here. So if you guys go on the Instagram, I don't update the Instagram anymore, but if you guys go on it, you just go to IGTV and you can see here, I recorded all of my live sessions right here. So you could basically see my setup on the Instagram right here. So I guess I could send it over to you you guys in the chat if you guys really want to see it. And it's not nothing crazy. It's really just an iMac Pro. So yeah, I already sent it right there. Okay, so Eunice is asking, hi, Shawn, Apple announced a new iPhone. Can that affect the market because Apple is one of the US 30 stocks? Yeah, no, definitely it can. But, you know, that update's probably not going to happen until the iPhone actually comes out, Eunice. They did give an update, but, you know, everybody knows a new iPhone's going to come out. So it's not really new news. But looking at the index over here, so let's just pull up the Apple, right? Apple index right here. So Apple's up only a point today. It's not really up that much. I'm not sure how up it was yesterday when the actual like news was released, but it'll probably eventually go up. So that iPhone's probably going to come out maybe like at the end of the year or maybe early next year. So when that happens, you'll see the spike up for Apple, but it's probably not going to happen like today. It'll happen eventually. All right, we got some live stuff going on right here. Deidre Bosa and Michael Sheets with Relatively Space co-founder. I don't know who these people are, but I'm sure it's probably important because, oh, these are all tech people. So it's CNBC's Tech Check. This is probably why NASDAQ is going up because there's a lot of new tech companies that are releasing new data. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's probably, you know, if you guys are trading the NASDAQ, this is probably why it's going up. You guys might want to watch this. I don't trade the NASDAQ, so I don't really care for this too much. But if you guys are trading the NASDAQ, this might help understand, you know, why price is going up for the NASDAQ. I'm not going to watch it because it's irrelevant to us with Dow 30. But yeah, if you guys want to look at it, go ahead and feel free. So it's only at about negative 60 points right now. The Dow Jones, you can see, obviously it's not really moving one-sided, right? You can see price spike down right here on open. And then now it's starting to recover back up. So this is why it's important that you guys wait for that confirmation. The fundamental side still hasn't confirmed a bearish bias yet. So that's why we're not really taking any trades at all, really, in one direction until we have that confirmation, because we don't want to get caught in any whipsaws, right? You don't want to get caught in a sell right here. Like, for example, you don't want to get caught in a sell here for the 1 minute because you think it's going to drop. And then all of a sudden it just skyrockets all the way up, right? Because that's probably what's going to happen. Or it can come back down. So this is, you can see the choppiness in the market. It's not really going one direction or the other. It's kind of just going back and forth. That's why you want to wait for this to be negative 100, because once it's negative 100, what's going to happen is you're going to have all these people bandwagoning, right? You're going to say, oh, the Dow Jones is dropping, so all these retail traders hop into the sell side. You're like, oh, I should just hop in with them. And that'd be correct, because it would match up the technical side with the fundamental side. So what might happen here is this might just continue to drop. consistently, not very like much, but it might continue to drop a little bit. And then all of a sudden you just might see it skyrocket from some point down here. But you guys just have to be, be aware of how the market is moving. See, Nick said the 1 minute. So the 1 minute, there's a pending sell signal right now for the 1 minute. I don't think I would take it, Nick. If the sell signal does appear, I'm probably not going to take it. I'll mark it up for you guys. It'll be a risky trade if you guys want to take it, but I don't think I'm going to take it myself. Rick said, Casey, can you show me your bathroom? And yeah, and I'll show you, Rick. I'll show you my, show you all my bathrooms. So you know exactly what it looks like. See Jeff over here, he locked in 1,561 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. So if you guys have more profits you guys want to send over to me, just send them to me privately or send it in a group or anything that you guys like, wherever you guys want to send it, and then I'll add it to the list. So here's the profits for today. You can see the timestamp. This is today. Jeff made 1,561. Rick made about 500. Yeah, I made about 2,000, a little over 2,000 for today. Tariq made about 1,000 for the day. His other account, a little more out there. Stanley made about 2,000 as well. So nice work amongst everyone here. There just isn't really much for us to hop into at this point. Nick said, bro, you said the same thing about the last one. Are you sure? Yeah, no, the last one, I really wasn't going to enter that one, Nick. And then I saw a drop. I was like, you know, why not? And I hopped in. And then I locked in some nice profit off it, but it does look weak right now. So I'm not going to hop into these scalps for a sell. I'm probably going to stay away from the 1 minute right now. I'll focus on the 3 minute, because the 1 minute is just way too choppy. It's not really something that I want to mess with at this point, but I mean, we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see. John over here, he's up. John said today's scalp so far. John is up 3,407. Nice work, John. Congrats. So John's up all wins this morning. He took buys and sells both directions. And you know, it's the power of knowing the strategy. If you guys understand the strategy, you guys can trade on your own and you guys can make some massive profit doing your own thing. Like you don't have to wait for me to call trades for you. So nice work, John. Congrats to you. Miles as well. Miles is up 155 for the day, 158 actually, with commissions and stuff. He's up 155, still nothing bad at all. So great work, Miles. Doing good right there. I'll come back to your message shortly, Miles, after the session's done. See Sandra over here. Sandra's up 1650. This is nice. So you guys can see here, it doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account. Sandra over here, she's trading US 30. She's also trading the DAX 30, and she's also trading NASDAQ 100. So she's trading all these right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 different trades. She's up 16 bucks. So it doesn't matter if you have a big account, small account, you guys can still profit with this here. There's no problem. Patricia, she's up. Let me let this load up a little bit. So Patricia just sent me her profits. She's up 1,385. You can see this is a normal occurrence for us here. People are up like thousands of bucks daily here at K2. She took all these sells here. So she was up on these scalps for these sells. So nice work, Patricia. Straight green, straight blue right here. No losses. So great work, Patricia. Roland over here. See Roland, he said a light day so far. Roland's up about 1,000 for the day. So he's made profits both ways for buys and sells. So great work, Roland. So you guys are all doing good. I don't see any bad trades for anyone. Everyone's kind of just waiting right now. Like Roland said, haven't taken anything for a bit now, just waiting. I'm waiting too for that opportunity to hop in. Kyle over here too. Look, Kyle show off. Came over here with his funny talent and FTMO. Nice. So yeah, Kyle's up 762 off his FTMO. So nice work off that, Kyle. And then off his funny talent, he's up 1,830. Man, you got to save some profits for us, Kyle. So Kyle's doing good. Yeah, everyone here. So you can see everyone's profits. These are all real time. Everyone's sending me the profits as they get them. Shawn over here, he's up about 1,000 for the day. So he had all wins. He had one small loss there. That looks like it might have been an accident off his NASDAQ. He only lost $5, but everything is all wins. So he's up nearly 1,000 for the day. So you guys are doing great. If you guys are in the K2 Premium, you guys will see this daily. Everyone's pretty much. Oh, here's Joey. My bad, Joey. I just saw you trying to make it into the room. So Joey, you're in the Zoom now. So yeah, everyone's doing pretty good. Congrats to everybody. Looks like everyone's up like nearly 1,000 each, and there's like like 300 of us in here. So you guys are doing pretty well. Patricia said, yeah, the market is pretty boring right now. I couldn't agree anymore because the market is kind of slow. A lot slower than what we're used to, right? It's still down negative 60 points. Let's see, job openings set record of 9.3 million amid economic reopening. So, okay, cool. So it looks like there's a lot of new jobs that are up. So this should help the market. So the job openings. So now there's about 9.3 million job openings right now. So there's jobs available, guys. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's also Colonial Pipeline. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on today, guys. There's another news event going on right here for Colonial Pipeline. I mean, it's probably not going to affect us because we're not trading the NASDAQ, but just keep in mind that there's a lot of news going on right now, guys. So if you guys are wondering, so there's someone that's testifying right now due to, I guess, some ransomware attack on the US law enforcement officials. So there's a couple things going on in the world, guys. There's a couple news events going on. One thing where someone's testifying to the Congress. There's also the job openings news. So let's keep that in mind, guys. If you guys see some weird movement in the market, there's a lot of stuff going on. So don't be surprised if you see some random spikes in price. Even though it's not on the calendar, there's nothing on the calendar aside from the Jobs Act or the jobs openings. Aside from that, there's like a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes. If you guys are on Cnbc, you guys are probably following, and you guys can see all the updates with the breaking news as the day continues. But the market is moving kind of slow. So just looking at Cnbc right here, the Dow Jones is down negative 70 points. S&P is only down negative 2 points. NASDAQ's up 50 points. Russell 2K is up 5 points. This is really small. Usually they're up like 50 to 100 points each. But right now they're all kind of like, they're not really that far in that in one way or the other. So just keep that in mind if you guys are entering any trades. Oh, fuck, we missed a trade here. Nick, where's your update, Nick? Nick's usually telling me about the 1 minute. We totally missed this trade right here, Nick, for the 1 minute. This already hit TP, but it's too late now. Man, I was waiting for Nick to be like, hey, Shawn, check the 1 minute. Because he's usually the one, if you guys look at the YouTube, it's usually Nick. He's always like, hey, Shawn, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, I didn't get the update, so we missed this scalp right here, but it's all good. So if you guys caught this, congrats to whoever caught this 1 minute. I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. I'm also looking here on the 3 minute, just as Nick is doing as well. So I'm looking here on the 3 minute. This is kind of why you guys need to be focused. Like it's better that you guys know the strategy so that you guys can follow through, because Nick knows the strategy. So when he sees entries, he'll call it out, even though I'm not paying attention. He'll just be like, hey, Shawn, entry. And I'll take a look. Unfortunately, I missed the 1 minute. That would have been a nice TP right there, straight to TP. That would have been another 1,400 for me. But I mean, it's all good. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, so here's a 3 minute. This candle is going to close in about 40 seconds. 30 seconds, actually. We need this to close with the sell signal. Once it closes, we can possibly take this for a 3 minute scalp. This is what Nick's actually looking at right now. He Eunice said, I wanted to warn you about the 1 minute, but it hit TP as he was typing. It's all good, Eunice. I'm glad that you caught it though. So if you caught it, Eunice, congrats to you. Congrats to whoever took the trade. You know, we're all looking for everyone to profit here. There's no competition here. We all want everyone to profit, and we all want everyone to make profit here. So let's see. Oh fuck, wrong trade. Oh fuck me. Pull out of that. Okay, shit. Fuck me, dude. I accidentally clicked the buy off that right there instead of sell. So okay, I think I got out of that trade. Let me check real quick. Okay, I mean 90 bucks off that trade. Thank God. I like literally my heart dropped for a second there because I accidentally hit buy. Okay, cool. So I made 190 off that. Not bad. Dude, that like freaked me out right there. Okay, I didn't have to pay any fees or anything. I just had to pay like 30 bucks in fees, but I'll send you guys my profit. This is why it's kind of hard for me to go back and forth between trades, because I'll accidentally hit a button. All right, let me just take a screenshot of this. And I'll just show you guys. That was an accidental profit by me off of that trade right there. And there's no entry off the 3-minute yet. That sell signal actually disappeared. My clicker was just it was advertently on the buy button. I accidentally clicked it, but I did make profit off it, so I'm not really complaining about it. But I would have been if I took a loss off that. All right, so let me just send you guys the profits over here real quick. So if you guys are in the premium, I just I'll show you guys right now. So I made an accidental profit off that because I accidentally hit buy. You can see right here, I hit buy. I made 190 off that. I was trying to hit sell, but I accidentally hit a buy. US 30 kind of emoji am I going to use off that? What is that? The sweating one. It's so funny. It's funny when it works. All right, so I'll give you guys a little update right there. Damn, I got so scared for a second there. I thought I was gonna freaking lose profit. I hate losing trades, guys. So if you guys know me, if you guys have been following me for a while, like one of the things that I hate doing is I hate losing trades. So it doesn't matter if it's $1, if it's like $1 or like a few cents, I get like it'll make me not want to trade for the rest of the day. Because I just don't like losing. So that's why we have such a high win rate here at K2, because I don't like we rarely lose trades because I'm very careful about the trades that I call, the trades that I take. See Logic over here, he's up 547 straight wins over here. Nice work, Logic. Yeah, Logic said, thanks, man. In and out scalping, definitely. So yeah, if you guys know me and you guys have been following me for like the past couple of years, I don't like losing trades. Like I'd rather have like a small profit and win than have any losses. Because if you guys have seen my trades over here, Slava said, "Dad, missed today's fun. Was not able to trade." Hello, everyone. By the way, so Slava said hello to everybody. Yeah, if you guys have seen Slava has been so I just told Slava, thanks for sharing your profits with us. You've been hogging it. If you guys have been following Slava, I can even show you guys here, Slava. So if you guys have seen Slava's profits, he's been like super on point. This dude's up like thousands of dollars a day. He's up like 2,000 that day. And then the other day he's up like, this dude like locks in so much profit. See, like every day he's up like 2,000, 1,000, 2,000. So he said he couldn't trade today, but I mean, it's fine. This dude's always winning. He's like me. He doesn't like to lose trades. So he'll probably be back tomorrow. But yeah, guys, hopefully, yeah, it was close, Nick. It was a close entry, but it hasn't closed yet. So still waiting for a possible entry here. Nothing off the 10-minute. There just isn't any entry. Market's really slow. I don't know if you guys noticed, but super slow. It's down 74 points. So it's getting close to the 100-point mark. It is, it's almost there, but it isn't there yet. So it's at 75 right now. We want it to be negative 100 before we can hop into that. Nick said hop. Let's see. Nick said, heard the noise, so close. Yeah, no, it was really close. Biko said, is that sell scalp on the 10-minute? No sell scalp here. Or actually it is, or it's kind of close, Biko. So looking at this right here, this might be a snipe entry, but I don't know if I would take it. I'll just mark it up for you here, but I don't think it's one that I would necessarily want to take because what happens here is it's just not really one-sided yet, right? So if you wanted to take this right here, Biko, it would be a snipe scalp, but it's kind of iffy because this wick right here, I mean, it looks like it's touching the pivot, but if I zoom in like really close, if I go really, really close, it's like barely touching, or it's not even touching it. See there, Biko? So if we zoom in like really, really close, you can see that the wick isn't touching the pivot, right? So this actually isn't an entry for a snipe. So it looks like it, but if you really, really zoom in, you can see that it's very, very close, but it's not close enough. So let me just delete this right here. It's not touching the pivot right there. So I wouldn't take it, but I mean, technically, if you looked at this from a bird's eye view and you're like, oh, it looks like a sell, you probably would have taken it. So I mean, I'll leave it marked up right there if you want to take it, but it's just too close to call, right? I want to take trades that I'm 100% about. I don't want to take trades that are like maybes or, you know, I'm not 100% sure about, because I don't, like I mentioned, I don't like to lose trades. So I'm not going to take a iffy trade if I'm not super confident about it. Here's a 3-minute. This might be an entry here. There's nothing off the 1 minute right now. Let's see if I could find it. Yeah. All right, cool. So that's pretty much it right there. See if there's anything over here off the other time frame. So there's nothing here. I mean, that snipe entry looks like it's in profit, but I don't know how long it's going to hold for. It's down about 150 pips, so that's not bad. Here's a 3-minute. We have about a minute left on here. See where it goes from that point. Nothing off the 1 minute. So yeah, no, everything is pretty solid for the most part. Got about a minute left on here. T-shirt scene said, hey, Shawn, you have a mental stop loss for scalps. Why not? Mental profit target if trade is running a profit. Yeah, no, I do that sometimes too, short scene. So short scene is asking, you have mental stop loss for scalps. Why not mental profit target? Yeah, no, sometimes I do short scene. I do have a mental profit target, but it's kind of hard for me to do here on the live because, you know, I get questions, I get bombarded with questions, and sometimes like I'll run a trade and then I'll just forget about it. And I would hate to do that because sometimes you'll see it shoot into profit. So this is the main reason why I don't do that for a mental stop loss. I mean, a mental target profit, because what happens is, let me go like on the 1 minute over here, right? So looking at this right here, see if I had a mental TP for this right here, like say for this one right here, right? If I had a mental, so I have mental stop loss over here, and the TP right here is 10 pips, right? So if I was to have a mental TP right here, then yeah, it would hit profit target, and then it would reverse all the way back up. And then I would miss out on all this profit right here, right? If I was to do that, then I would miss out on this scalp over here, which I already did. But if I was focused, I would have caught both of these so that I'd be in profit double, right? If I was using a mental stop loss for a mental TP, I would just like, it would be floating profit right now. But at this point, I would still be back at break even. So this is why I don't really like to use a mental TP. I'd rather just pull out and profit, wait for the next entry, and then catch another one right there. It's a little different if you're trading intraday or swing trading because you're holding that trade for an extended amount of period, right? For scalping, I can, instead of me just waiting for this to drop, which will probably drop, you know, if I wanted a mental stop loss down here, that'd be fine because I could do that. But I would prefer to take 20 pips profit from this win right here and then this win right here, rather than having, you know, the risk of it swinging back on me. So that's my main reasoning why I don't have a mental TP. If I was able to focus on it a little more and I wasn't here on these live sessions answering questions, then I would probably do that. But currently, I personally don't have the focus or the patience to have a mental TP. But no, that's a good point, short scene. If I was able to focus, I would, but right now, you know, obviously I can't focus because I have so many questions coming at me throughout the morning. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Biko. So yeah, looking at the 10-minute over there, you can see it swung back up, right, Biko? It's kind of risky. It's why I wouldn't take this at that point. Let's see. Kyle said, buy coming on the 1 minute. I wouldn't take a buy right now, Kyle, because the bias right here is a sell for everything, right? So the 10 minute, we have a sell bias. The 3 minute, we have a sell bias. The 1 minute, actually, there wouldn't even be a buy here, because if there was going to be a buy, it would have to be like way up here. Like that buy signal would have to break and close past these pivots. So it'd have to be above this area in order for it to be a buy. It's below the pivot, so it wouldn't qualify as a buy entry off the 1 minute. And I still, even if it did close above here, I probably wouldn't take it, because we would need it to, obviously to be below this area in order for me to, it'd have to be above this area, sorry, for me to take that buy, because we still have a sell bias at this time. See, Jeremiah just sent me profit. So Jeremiah is up. I'm waiting for this load. Yeah, exactly, short team. If I had more focus, I would do that, but obviously I had too many questions, so I can't really focus on my trade. So Jeremiah over here just sent me profits. Jeremiah is up 232 for the day. Nice work, Jeremiah. So great work amongst everyone here. There's no losses this morning, so everyone should be doing good. Nick said 3 minute is playing games right now. No, it definitely is. So no entry here off the 3 minute yet. We're still waiting for that. Same with the 1 minute over here. No entry off this. This might be a sell signal, but I don't know if that's going to come up anytime soon. I'll just have this marked up just in case to follow through with it, but I don't think there's going to be one that's available just yet. Looking here on the 10 minute, I'm just going to delete this because I wouldn't qualify this as an actual entry. Let's check the fundamental side. It's still down 60 points. It hasn't gone to that 100-point mark. So we're not really sold on the direction or bias just yet, but it's still early, guys. So just keep in mind, it's only 7:30. I know a lot of you guys feel like we've been on this live session for like forever, but in reality, we've only been on for an hour, guys. I feel like we've been on this live session for like hours now, but in reality, we've literally only been on for like a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Let's see. Yeah, we've been on this session for about 81 minutes. It does feel like we've been on for a long time though. So meanwhile, let me just send this link over to the group because I don't think everyone got this email. So let me just send this over real quick to everyone else who's waiting for this to be posted. All right, cool. Got that sent out right there. I'm also going to send it on the IG. So guys, I'm going to try to, well, I mean, I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll try to be a little more active on the Instagram. I know I haven't been active at all because I'm more focused on my trading. I don't really care about, marketing K2. It's because we're going to be phasing out the signals anyways. I don't want to have any more people looking to just ask for signals, because obviously, like I mentioned before, I'm more so focused on teaching you guys how to trade and to pretty much be profitable on your own. So I'm not really looking to attract any more signal copiers, right? Because I'll give you guys signals, obviously, but I'd rather have you guys learn these strategies so that you guys can trade on your own. Because obviously you can see from the profits from today, there's more people here who have locked in more profit than me because they're trading on their own rather than just waiting for me to call signals, right? Because obviously you can see from my account here. Let me show you guys. For me over here, I've only taken 3 trades. I'm up about like well over 2,000, maybe around like 2,500. So I'm up pretty nice, but looking at everyone else's profits here, like, let me just look, for example, like Logic over here. Logic took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades, all wins, right? Because he knows the strategy, so he can do it himself. Same with Shawn over here. He's traded different things. He's traded gold, NASDAQ, Euro USD, US 30, and he's had up to 1,000 profit for the day. So what I'd prefer is to teach you guys how to actually do this stuff so that you guys can make more profit on your own, right? Patricia, she made about 1,300 for the day. She took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. So obviously everyone here is taking way more trades than me because they know the strategy. So what I would prefer to do is to teach you guys how to do that so that you guys can make your own profit. You guys don't have to depend on me calling signals, right? Because the thing is, being a professional signal copier can only get you so far. And, obviously I want to get you guys to that next level. So yeah, if you guys are professional signal copiers, I mean, you guys can sign up, but it's going to get phased out eventually. And I've been warning you guys since like last November anyways. So yeah, let's see where it's going from here. Let's see where you guys are at. Yeah, it's not really much over here right now. Market kind of died down a bit. It's kind of flat for the most part. See, Marcus is asking, hey, Shawn, how you been? Been good, Marcus. Haven't seen you in a while. Marcus said, I think it's going to go down to 34,497 for US 30. Let me mark that up for us over here. So let's see. Marcus said he thinks it's going to go down to 34,497. Yeah, no, it could come down to there, Marcus. I could see that if we have the bias. I mean, the thing is with this, the bias hasn't really gone far enough. It's only down 64 points. So eventually, if it does drop to 100, negative 100, then yeah, I could see it dropping down to there. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily hop in for the sell just yet. I mean, if you see an entry, yeah, go ahead and hop in for that sell. But me personally, I just don't really see much going on over here because it's kind of flatlined, right? Goldman Sachs is down -3 points. Johnson Johnson's down -1.8. 3M is down -1.6. Travelers down 1 point. Boeing's up 2 points, almost 3 points. Apple's up 1 point. It's probably going to go higher because they're releasing their new products soon. So okay, there's another. So guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. So again, right now, there's another live session going on with the White House. Their COVID response team is now speaking. So this could, this is another thing that could be affecting the market. Just waiting for this to load up. All right, so the COVID-19 response team is now speaking. If you guys remember this from last year, this affects the market a lot. You guys can see there's a lot of news that's going on that we don't know about because this wasn't listed on anything really. They didn't really announce that they were going to be talking. It's just a random press briefing regarding COVID-19. I don't know how long this is going to go for, but this will probably affect the market one way or another. Or what might happen is we might just see a flat market. Like this just might move flat until they're done talking. And then once they're done talking, it's going to spike up or it's going to spike down. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background causing, price to either just be stale or for it to actually move. Yeah, so Peter said possible sell in the 1 minute. Yeah, so there's a sell here on the 1 minute. I'm not going to take it though. So if you guys want to take it, go ahead and feel free. But I'm not going to take it because now there's a COVID response team is talking right now. I'm not really trying to mess with the market when this is, obviously when this is going on. Because the last thing I want to do is get caught in a trade. Like last thing I want to do is get caught where it's just consolidating and then all of a sudden it just spikes. Right, spikes up or it spikes down. Who knows? It could spike either way. But I'm not trying to take that gamble because I don't like losing any trades. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna mess with it. But yeah, if you guys want to take it, we'll have this alert set up here in case you guys do take it. But like I mentioned, I'm not taking this trade. I don't recommend anyone take it either. It's just too risky of a trade right now with everything with the news that's going on and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to mark it up, but just a reminder, I'm not taking the trade. I'm not recommending anyone take the trade. We're just going to follow it as it goes through because this stuff directly affects US 30, like the stock market, the currency, it directly affects everything. So me personally, I wouldn't mess with it. All right, going back to, and here's, I mean, we got a lot of news that's coming up, guys. It's like random stuff. Clover Health rally escalates. Shares doubling in session as Reddit retail trading mania spreads. Clover, yeah, it's another hype stock, or I guess meme stock that you guys are talking, that some of you guys do trade. These aren't in any of the indexes, so it's not a big deal. But you know, there's a lot of breaking news today. I don't know if you guys are following CNBC, but every time I update this, there's like some new breaking news that's going on. All right, so that's that. Yeah, so this is why I didn't take the trade, right? Because look what happened. It just spiked all the way up. I'm just going to turn this off right here. Actually, we can leave that on for now. I'll just leave it on because we're not going to take any trades anyways, and then we'll follow through with this. But this is why I always recommend that you guys keep updated with what's going on during the day, because there's a lot of news events here that I wasn't paying attention to, and you know, if we didn't realize that this was happening, we probably would have hopped into some bad trades, or I wouldn't say bad trades, but risky trades per se. The 10-minute though looks like it's starting to shift up. You can see it's starting to establish a bottom down here. So I'm not going to take this daily entry right here, but I'm going to mark it up just so that you guys can follow through and see exactly if this daily entry does play out, because it did hit a support right here. If this candle does close with this bullish signal, it's going to be a daily entry. Marcus said, yeah, you know, I'm going to wait, but give it time. Yeah, no, exactly, Marcus. I mean, we'll see where it goes. You know, if this buy signal closes right here, then this is probably just going to shoot all the way up. We're probably not going to see a drop, but it hasn't closed yet. It still has 9 minutes left on the candle, so we'll have to wait and see where that goes. I know your target's like down here, so we'll see what happens from there. But I mean, who knows? It can still drop. So like looking at that little area that you drew down here, Marcus, that would only put it in about a 1,000 pip drawdown. So even if we were to take this daily entry, like drawdown could still go down to here. Yeah. So I mean, it could come down, like you said, you know, it could come down and then it could just bounce off that point too. But who knows? We really don't know until it happens. All right. So this slow market is pretty boring. You guys ask me. Man. All right. So Fauci speaking, Andy Slavitt speaking, Dr. Nunez speaking, Dr. Rochelle speaking. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens from this point, because you know, they could say something like along the lines of, you know, COVID is increasing, we'll probably have to go to another shutdown, or they might say something like, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be said, guys. Like, just keep that in mind. Whatever they say during this press conference, this could affect the market, because they can basically say whether price will, you know, if they say we're going to go into shutdown again, like in a few months, then, or lockdown or temporary lockdown, then obviously it's going to affect the market, right? You're probably going to see US 30 go down. If they say everything's going to reopen, everything's, you know, fine and dandy, then we can probably see the opposite. US 30 will just shoot up. So I don't know what they're saying because I got it muted right now, but whoever's watching it, you know, maybe that's what's pushing US 30 up right now. Who knows? We really don't know. All right, so it looks like everything's shifting back up to the buy side. So the bullish buys from, oh man, look, whoever took this buy right here, full TP off of that. But I'm still not going to take any trades. I'm going to wait for them to be done speaking, because they're, honestly, I don't even know what they're talking about. I know they're talking about COVID, but I don't know if they're talking about anything specific that could be affecting the market. All right, we got 6 minutes left on this right here. If this ends up closing, this is going to be the the entry for the daily. You might just be shooting for TP1 to be honest, because not sure how far it's going to push up from there, but we'll wait for it and see where it closes. Nice. Patricia just sent me her profits. Patricia's up 2,150 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. So great work, Patricia, right there. She's up some nice profit off that. Right here too. So she's up. Yeah, Patricia did pretty good. She took the trade and she locked in some nice profits. So Patricia, she took the trade that I called earlier for the sell. She made 1,566 total for the day. And then again, right now, she took the trade as well, that buy right here, this 1 minute. So Patricia's on point with this. She's following along. This is why it's important that you guys understand these strategies, because if you guys follow along and you guys understand this stuff, see, Patricia took the buy right here. And look what happened. She locked in 585. She took the buy right there. So nice work, Patricia. Congrats to you. Let's see if there's anything else going on over here. Nice. Mohammed took this sell here for USD CHF. Check that on the 4 hour. So who was I helping out earlier this morning? Oh, Robbie. Yeah. So Robbie, looking at GU, like I was mentioning earlier, Robbie, it's just going sideways, right? I analyzed this about a couple hours ago. It's just going sideways like we anticipated. So this is why it's kind of risky to take this trade. USD CHF. Let's see, Mohammed's in this for a sell right now. That looks like a pretty solid sell, Mohammed. Looking on the 4 hour right here, it has a sell bias. It's below the pivots. The trend meter is red. Looking at the momentum signal over here, momentum is going down. So I think you're pretty solid with that sell right there. Even though you're on the 3 minute, I'm looking on the higher time frame. So looking on the higher time frame, you know, your 3 minutes to follow the higher time frame. So just looking at this here, this looks perfectly fine. I think you're good with that, and you should be hitting your TP, you know, at some point. So nice work off that, Mohammed. Yeah, so Mohammed did take this sell right here. Let's see, he entered right over here. His TP's at 89533. Let's mark that up right here. Your TP is kind of far down, but I mean, it should be fine. The problem with this, Mohammed, is you got to keep in mind that you're going to be reaching this support area right here. So what I would do is once price reaches like this area around this here, I would just move your stop loss in profit, because what could happen here is price will come down, reach this support right here, and it could bounce off. So just, you know, just keep that in mind if you, you know, if you decide to hold on to that all the way down. So yeah, no, but overall, it's a good trade, Mohammed. I could see that playing out for you right here. All right, cool. So nice work amongst everyone here. Patricia, she's up pretty nice. She's up 2,150. Yeah, all you guys are doing pretty good. All I see are blue screens for today. So if you guys see here, this is the timestamp for today. All wins, right? Nobody should have any losses today if you took any of the trades that I called this morning. Everything are all wins, right? Logically, all wins. Shawn over here, all wins. He took a NASDAQ trade on his own. Small loss, but overall, all wins for the most part. Same with Kyle. Everyone over here is doing pretty good. All right, nice. Oh yeah, Greg said, I just saw Greg's message earlier. Greg said, since that more jobs opening being available reported, we've added the risk that Biden might do a surprise news conference. You know, he can claim that plan was his working. Yeah, exactly, Greg. No, I agree with Greg too. So just keep in mind, guys, there's a lot of news events going on today. The COVID-19 response team, the jobs earnings news, and there's just a lot of things that can cause price to spike one way or the other. What Greg mentioned is that since there's a new opening of 9.3 million jobs, he said that Biden might just have a random press conference to take credit for this. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of stuff that could be affecting the market, and you guys don't want to be hopping into trades when you're not 100% confident about it. So looking at the Dow Jones over here, it's now only negative 35 points. This is why we wait for it to go to negative 100 to find that bias, because it can easily shift on you, right? It's now shifting to a buy side it seems like. So let me just refresh this right here. Yeah, it looks like the buy side is starting to outweigh the red side. So the greens are up, Boeing's up 3 points, IBM's up 2 points, Apple's up 1.5 points. They're starting to outweigh the sells. So we'll have to see where it goes from there. But I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know till we know. So just looking here on the 10-minute, we're still in a sell bias on the technical side. It's a sell bias on the 10-minute. It's just going sideways on 3-minute, and then same with the 1-minute. It's a buy bias over here. So there's really isn't there isn't a confirmation yet on the technical side what direction price is going. But if this continues to shift upwards, you know, who knows? We can just see it go up. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in the market going on right now, guys. Just keep that in mind if you guys are hopping into any of these trades. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask away. I'm probably, or actually, I'll wait until 8. So if you guys have questions, put them in the chat, whether it be the YouTube or the Zoom, and then I can take a look at them for you. Because I think once it hits 8:30, I'm probably going to be done trading, because I'm already up pretty nice for the day. I'm here. I'll just do the math so I can see where I'm at right now. So I'm 560 plus 1410 plus 190. I'm up 2,160 on that account, and then on the other account plus 560 plus 1410 plus 90. So I'm up this much for the day, right? There's no need for me to really force any trades. You know, if I go up over 1,000 for the day, I'm fine. I'm not really trying to risk anything else. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my profits for the day. I'm not really, I don't feel the need to take anything else. But if I do see something, obviously I'll take it. It's just the market's just kind of moving kind of weird right now. So you know, it's too risky for us to really want to hop into stuff and not risk losing a trade, because it is moving funky. But just looking at this here, the 10-minute is starting to shift to a bullish bias on the technical side. 3-minute as well, it has a bullish bias, and 1-minute as well over here. So if you guys want to take this might be a possible entry for a 1-minute scalp, but it is going to be a risky one. So just keep that in mind. You guys got to keep that thought in the back of your head that this could possibly be a really risky trade. So I'm not going to take this here. Even if it closes, I'm not going to take it. I don't really recommend anyone else take it either. But if you guys do want to take it, I'll mark it up for you. What I'm waiting for is this. I want this to close as a buy signal. If this closes as a buy signal, then I'll be more inclined to take some buys. Looking at the index over here, it's only down 25 points, not very much. You can see the green stocks here are starting to outweigh the red stocks. So it looks like we might be ready for a reversal. Looking at all of the indexes here too, they're all turning green for the most part. VIX is up, Russell 2K is up, NASDAQ's up. S&P was slightly up. It's at break even right now. And the Dow Jones is slowly making its way up as well. Just update this one more time. Yeah. We'll have to see where it goes from there. So this is the entry for that 1-minute scalp that I told you guys that was too risky and I don't recommend taking. But we'll just follow through with it to see how it plays out. I'm not taking it. I'm still not convinced that that the bias has changed just yet until this 10-minute closes above here. We need this 10-minute candle to close above this area, and then it can confirm that it's possibly going to, you know, go in that direction. Right now, confirmation hasn't been set yet. All right. 7 minutes left on this 10-minute candle. We still have some time. And then once this closes, this will give confirmation of the hourly candle too, because it'll be 8 o'clock my time. So we'll see. I'm going to have this marked up right here for whoever took it. I didn't take it, so I'm not really following it as much, because I still don't think it's going to be I don't think it's a safe trade. I'm not taking trades that I'm not feeling safe about. Nice. So Mohammed, your trade is about to hit over here. It looks like you're about to hit full TP. So I'll just mark this up right here so that we can follow along as well. And I'll just give you an update when it hits. So USD CHF TP. Nice work, Mohammed. So if you guys were looking at the if you guys are in the premium, you'll see here that Mohammed posted his trade right there. I have his TP right there marked up over here. He's really close to his full TP. He's almost there. But we'll you know, I'll follow through with it as we continue on. US 30 over here. Yeah, the volatility for US 30 like died down a lot. I think it's because a lot of the news going on right now. A lot of people just pulled out of the market because they're not trying to risk it. You know, Fauci's speaking right now. I don't know what he's saying, but I mean, I guess we could turn on the volume a little bit.
So the consequences, we all know, it's a fact. If you don't get vaccinated, you are at risk. If you get vaccinated, you dramatically diminish the risk of getting infected and almost eliminate.
Okay, so basically what Fauci's saying is he's just telling people that they need to get the vaccine, right? Yeah, and like what Nick said right here, Nick said everybody pulled out until news is over. That's what it seems like. It looks like the volatility has died down completely. I don't really see much going on in the market. It's kind of dead right now. Looks like a lot of people kind of just pulled out. They're waiting for all the news to end because Fauci's speaking. There's also, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. If you guys have been following me all morning, there's a lot of news that's going on right now. A lot of news in the background. It's not really stuff that's economic news, but there's stuff that's going on that's causing, you know, that could affect the market one way or the other. So I'll stay online for like maybe a couple more minutes or maybe even an hour. If you guys have questions, I can answer all of your questions right now. If you guys want me to analyze anything, just put, you know, any of your pairs in the YouTube chat or the Zoom chat, and I can answer your guys' questions because I'm not looking to enter any trades right now with the news going on. I'm just going to be following along to see where everything is going. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to put them in the chat and I can answer the questions for you. I just don't have anything to really look at because, you know, as much as I want to trade US 30, I don't want to risk taking any losses. So I'm not going to trade anything until I'm like positive that the news is over and it starts to move in one direction or the other. So let me just scroll up. I know there were some questions above. Yeah, Roman said, let's take another US 30 and call it a day. Yeah, no, that'd be best case scenario, Roman. That's exactly what I want to do too. I wanted to take a trade, but it's not really giving us anything. Like the 1 minute right here, whoever took this, you know, risky trade here. It's probably what's going to happen. It'll probably skyrocket, hit TP. But I mean, who really knows, right? We'll see where it goes from there. Nice, Ahmad. Ahmad said hi, just watching from Malaysia. Nice, Ahmad. Welcome. It's kind of cool to see everyone here from like different places, right? Because a lot of you guys are located in different areas. Like I'm here in the US. I know some of you guys are located in Australia. So props to you guys in Australia who are still watching us. I know it's like, well, like 3 a.m. over there right now, but you guys are still on here profiting with us in the morning for you guys who do stay up. And same with like our traders here from the UK. I think it's like afternoon for you guys now. So a lot of you guys are pretty much done with your trading day, but you guys are still hanging on with us here during New York session. So yeah, I'm looking for a trade here. If I see something, I'll call it for you guys, but I just, you know, I personally don't see anything right now. The only thing that we remotely have that's available would be this 1 minute scalp, but even this 1 minute scalp is a risky scalp. And I wouldn't even take this. Nice, nice. Roman's over here from Vancouver. Nice. We have a couple people here from Toronto as well. So we got people from everywhere here in K2. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that 1 minute. We'll see where it goes from here. But no, definitely another scalp would be nice before we log off. But hopefully the market will give us that. Just pull this up real quick. Yeah, the market is kind of just flat right now. It's been at 35 for quite some time. Hasn't really moved too much. Ahmad's asking, how do you join? You can join on the website, Ahmad. So if you go on the website, k2trades.com. If you just want access to the groups here, like the premium groups, then you can click on premium signals right here. You'll have access to the Zoom link so you can trade real time with us. If you want to learn the strategy that we're applying here, if you want to learn and have these indicators, click on K2 strategy course right here. If you just want access to the free groups and you don't want to pay for anything, just click on free access right here. You'll get access to all of the free stuff that we have here at K2. I mean, it's really up to you. There's no pressure. You guys can sign up for the premium or sign up for the free. Generally what happens is people will sign up for the free. They'll start to make some profit during these live sessions. What they'll do is they'll move up to the signals, and then from the signals, they move up to the strategies. So, I mean, if you want to do that, you can do that as well. Ahmad. So let me do this. I'll give you the website right here on the YouTube. Yeah, Kenny said there's always tomorrow morning. Yeah, guys. So just looking at the market right here, it's really flat. You can see it's not really moving very much. It's kind of just going sideways. We had that breakout this morning, and then after that, it just went sideways, right? Not really much movement. So like what Kenny said, there's always tomorrow morning. A lot, in some instances, it's kind of better not to trade, especially when there's a lot of news going on. With Fauci speaking over here, it looks like they just finished, but they're going to have a press conference after. And then after that, Biden might speak. That's like worst case scenario. Biden comes on the mic, this dude starts to screw up the market. And that's probably where you should probably not be trading if Biden starts to have his own press conference, which he probably will, because there was a lot of stuff that was released this morning. Yeah, let's see. Miles is asking, are you actually placing trades on TradingView? If how, please. No, I'm not, Miles. I'm trading on MT4. We just use TradingView for charting and applying the strategy. Roland's asking, how'd you get into trading the Dow? Just out of curiosity. For a while, I was only trading currencies, Roland, and then I started to see a lot of people profiting off the Dow 30. Like a lot of bigger traders, I saw them trading Dow 30, and the thing with me is I didn't like trading US 30 because I felt like it was really risky. But over time, I started to catch these patterns, because if you guys have been following me, this has been the main asset I've been trading for the past 2 years now. So I started to study it every day, and I started to see patterns and understand how it moves. So, I mean, from there, this started to be like the perfect thing to trade, because for currencies, I was trading FOREX like all day. I was trading for like 24 hours a day. For US 30, I just trade for like 2 hours a day, right? I trade from like 6:30 to 8, and then I'm done. I make my profit and I'm done for the day. So yeah, Roland, for the most part, I started trading US 30 because I found patterns with it, and it became the easy thing for me to trade. And if you guys have been following me for the past year, 2 years now, my win rate for US 30 is like, it's just crazy high. So that's why I stuck to it. So it looks like that 1 minute scalp's about to hit TP. So whoever caught this trade, congrats to you guys. It's it's about to hit. There we go. Almost there. I didn't take it, but whoever did whoever caught it earlier, great work. I wish I caught it down here. Would have been a nice little move up. Let's see if I caught it from down here. Yeah, I'm like 32 pips, or no, 330 pips. So there you go, full TP off that. For whoever caught the 1 minute, I didn't take it. I'll just give you guys an update, because I know some of you guys did take it. But yeah, I mean, props to whoever caught this trade here. I didn't take it, but kind of wish I did. So I'll give you guys the update right here for whoever did catch it. Yeah. So yeah, Roland, I mean, that's pretty much my thing with US 30. I used to trade just currencies, and then once I started seeing a lot of people trading US 30, making a ton of profit off it, I was like, if these people are doing it, I can do it too. So I started to just study it myself, and then I mastered it myself. So that's why we have our own system here, and it works pretty consistently. So I just, that's pretty much what I trade now. And the thing with US 30 is it'll never disappear, right? This isn't like AMC or some random crypto that people trade. This thing's always going to be moving. So that's why I focus on it now. So guys, other than that, I think that's it for the day. I don't see anything else. Nick said, if anyone out here plays Minecraft, they're going to be updating the game today. Nice. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, if you want to play, add me on PS. What is it? PS Live or whatever it's called. PS something. I'm my screen name is just at K2 here. I'll give you my screen name. I think this is my screen name. I'm hoping it is. Oh, you have me already. All right, cool, perfect. Yeah, bro. So send me a message later, and then we can probably hop on, play some Cold War. I haven't played in a while, but I'm down to play. Oh, Odd Future. All right, cool. I'll check my friend request, and you're probably adding me on there, so I'll check that out. Oh, dude, perfect, man. Yeah, Kenny's asking if I call out US3 trades at night. I don't really trade at night, Kenny. I only trade in the morning, but if I do trade at night, I don't necessarily call it. I'll give it an update if I'm trading it, or I'll give you guys a hint like, hey, I'm probably gonna take this trade. But I don't necessarily trade. I don't call like signals at night because the volatility is too low and it's just too risky. So I personally don't normally do that. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for this session. Market kind of died down a bit. You can see there's like a lot of wicks. Market's just dead. Not really the best market conditions for us to be trading in, whether it be the 3-minute, 10-minute, or 1 minute. It's kind of just going sideways. So what I recommend is you guys take a break for the day, maybe come back during Asia session, or maybe in a couple hours around 10 when we have the mid-market reversal. And then you guys can probably catch some trades from there. But other than that, I will catch you guys in the Telegram. Or if you guys have any questions, send me a Telegram message, email me, whatever you guys want. And I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. So see you guys later, and I'll catch you guys